Welcome to my garage. Welcome to this week's Awesome on Alli. I'm heading up to San Francisco to go to the Do Tour. We're gonna check out the street style event that went down that's gonna revolutionize the way that you think about street contests. But that is not all. I got my hands on the brand new GoPro Hero 3 Black Edition. I'm gonna take you through it before it's even available in the stores, and I'm gonna make you want that thing more than you want candy on Halloween. Plus, we're gonna break down the top 5 videos of the week. So we've got all that for you this week on Awesome on Alli. So last weekend up in San Francisco, a new event premiered at the Do Tour. It was called Streetstyle. It was nothing short of game-changing as far as street skate contests go.
This is like a fantasy level of Tony Hawk Pro Skater come to life. Yeah! Nice.
It was a full hill bomb through big, beefy, burly obstacles with consequences.
Yes. Oh. Coming into this base. There you go.
It was pretty nuts. It started off with a couple smaller obstacles.
All right, I want to see Gravette.
Oh, that was cool. That's awesome.
Then there was a man-made sidewalk with a fire hydrant and a curb cut. That went over here into a flatbed truck that had a gap onto a manly-sized rail.
It's amazing. I'd like to see what he's got in store for us right here.
Then you either had something that resembled a staircase with some ledges, or you could bust through a container, jump over a car, then up into a big kicker, onto another container. If you made it up that alive, then you were then ollieing from that container down to a lower container, and then you were going about 1,000 miles an hour and you had to ollie off the end of another flatbed truck. It really was like watching more of a video than it was like watching an actual contest. And I think that's why the riders kind of liked it.
Thinking back so long ago when I was just a small tyrant, no violence.
Nice. That was so sick.
The way it shook out after all was said and done, David Gravette, coming out of the Northwest, ended up in 3rd.
Backside 50-50. Whoa, nice.
Yeah. Take a look at Gravette coming down, getting into that flatbed truck. Oh, that's so sick, that shifty up onto it. 5-0 hitting that rail. That rail is so scary because there's nothing underneath it. Over the Prius. Oh, one-footed. Oh my gosh.
The way that he just attacked that course was awesome. Big backside 360 up onto that container. His style was great for that course.
Got here, frontside 180.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, Gravette. Woo.
Then, in 2nd place, coming out of Argentina, Nilton Martinez. This kid was turning heads all weekend long. Full go for broke attitude. On his 2nd run in the finals, he started on top of the trolley. The trolley was just there for effects. But he jumped out there, ollied off of that, and then went balls out all the way to the bottom of the hill. This was no joke.
Scheffler's got to be nervous right now because he knows it too.
Oh! Frontside nose grind. That's the best trick.
He's got to make this. He's got it. Push. And hang on through this, Milton. Ollies up. Kick flip. Oh! Off the side of it. And he makes it. Wow. Amazing.
But in the end, and the undisputed winner of the entire weekend, all through practice, everyone was talking about him, was Ryan Sheckler.
He's serious, and you know he wants to win this.
He has the skills to back up the bling. Sheckler manhandled the course. Started things off with a nice kickflip, then he did a little manual. Big backside 180 out of the curb cut, half cabbed up, ollied out, backside lip slide down that burly rail.
Nice. Kidding me? Wow. Back lift down that thing.
And still with speed to jump the car.
And then popped up a big frontside 360 up onto the container out of the dumpster, and then finally ended his run just blazing fast.
Wow. I guess that's how you're supposed to skate it.
Ryan Sheckler, wow. So, Streetstyle had its premiere up there at Do Tour. There have been downhill skate contests in the past, but none have been executed quite like this. I think that this contest is a brand new format that Brings a lot more excitement to this, and I really think that this has got a future, not only with the Dew Tour, but just in general to liven up street contests. So congratulations to all the top 3, but man, Ryan Sheckler, you brought it home with power and balls. Welcome once again to the top 5 videos of the week here on Awesome on Alli. This week we're going to start things off at number 5 with a video simply called Ordos. Ordos is basically a ghost city in Inner Mongolia, China. It was supposed to be the Dubai of the East, yet something happened and now there's nobody there. So this group of skaters went and took advantage of the architecture around this ghost city. And man, these images are pretty intense. Think about that, a ghost city. Imagine the paintball fights you could have there. And the number 4 video this week, Scotty Vine ripping his video apart with 1 foot out as an option. Leave that foot in. My knees hurt just watching that foot be dangling out there. Whew. And the number 3 video this week takes us back to that huge swell that just went down at Jaws. We saw a little bit of Shane Dorian last week, and this week it's the Turkey Melt crew. They went out there and shot a bunch of guys shredding those massive waves. There's some pretty good perspective on how big it actually was that day from these guys. Turkey Mill? This week's number 2 video is about the guys that come and clean your pool. Nike SB presents Pool Service, starring Lance Mountain, Grant Taylor, and a whole bunch of other guys that will go and shred the coping right off your swimming pool. That
that brings us to our #1 video this week, and it is a big one. Gabriel Medina, massive frontside air on this clip on one of the free surf days over there in Peniche, Portugal, to the Rip Curl Pro. That was how you do a frontside air. That was easily 3 times as big as the wave that he started driving down the face on. So that wraps up the top 5 videos of the week here on Awesome on Alli. All right, now back to the show.
Welcome to this week's product review here on Awesome on Alli, and boy is it a special one. The brand new GoPro Hero 3, just announced last week, so it's a pretty big deal that I actually have one, and I'm really thankful to the people down there at GoPro who have thought it cool to give me one of these things. So pretty much at this point, I could be shooting this with this, and that is a big ass camera. Let's get into the nitty gritty of the new GoPro Hero 3 Black Edition. I've just been fiddling with it, so every 10 minutes I've found something new that's incredible about this camera. First and foremost, the processor in this camera is twice as fast as the Hero 2. Lens has been upgraded. This one is ultra wide angle glass lens. You combine the faster processor with this sweet lens and you are going to be shooting 120 frames per second at 720p. This camera works way better in low light now. And it also has time lapse. It says right here, simultaneous photo and video. Are you kidding me? 1080p at 24 frames a second, 720p at 60 frames a second, 1440p at 24 frames per second. Wow. I mean, you can shoot 4K with this thing. Talk about game changer. Right away when you pick the camera up, it's a big upgrade. Just in comparison, I mean, it's tiny. The buttons are a lot bigger in the front. Now the mode button isn't that tiny little non-labeled button right there. It's a lot more of a rugged design, is a lot more grippy, feels better. It feels more solid. It's got a bunch of different modes to it. Put your finger right on that and it starts the camera right up. And right here we have the new wireless remote. Push the Wi-Fi button. You hit that button to your remote. Boom, there we go. Remote capabilities. To switch up all the modes as you go through. HDMI, you can charge it through the USB connector. Right here is another big change. Micro SD is how this thing is running now. This is a 32 gig card right here. Goes right in there. New water casing for this thing. Works the same way. Clicks in there. GoPro has come out with this new little frame casing for it that the camera can snap right into one of these little frames. It's just gonna sit like that. You get that true audio, you get the great footage because there's nothing interrupting the lens. Here is the new LCD back. Click the LCD back on there. It is now a touch screen. You simply touch the screen, it opens it up, gives you all of your options. You can buy an adapter for a mic. The audio when someone's talking is a lot more crisp, and that's great for a guy like me who will soon be filming his entire show on the GoPro Hero 3 Black. It's really the little details besides the technological breakthrough of this camera that are really making a big difference. Here's one of them. You want to throw this thing in your pocket, you have a handy dandy lens cap. Pretty damn sweet. You get a GoPro Hero 3 Black Edition. Take it underwater, take it out in the elements, it will basically shoot everything. Everybody is Steven Spielberg. All you need is this. All right, so that's that week. What? This show is over. If you want to hit me up, email me at AWSM@AlliSports.com or drop me a Twitter at B as in bank account's gonna get drained when you buy one of these. Todd Richards. That's it for this week. See you later.